And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Or better still, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting and intriguing game right here at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval. It's the Super 6 game of the Club Cricket Committee Lagos Cricket League Division 1. And the game we were about to witness is between Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club and Allied Titans Cricket Club. Both sides have met once this season, in which Allied Titans pulled a surprise win over Government College Ibadan. But quickly, let's run you through the first 11 of both sides as you have on your screen. For Government College, you have Isaac Okwe, the captain, Ademola Onikoyi, Babatunde Ayinde, Becky Mubarak Kehinde, Elijah Monde, Jimo Abdurrahman, Kofowurola Lukman, Richard Ubo, Sheun Odeku, Sylvester Okwe, Vincent Adewoye, and the 12th man is Michael Lagbeboy. And for Island Titans, you have Sunil Kumar, Abolari Rashid, Ayoko Karim, Itwa Loki, Nazim Sheki, Olaleye Elijah, Rafiq Muhammad, Ronsewe Sulaiman, Sheson Adedeji, Taiwo Mohammed, Venkit Sadram, and the last on the list is Sunil Mahaniti. That's the first 11 of both sides. And just for us to know how the table looks like before we go into the very first ball. And there you have it. Ibejuleki Cricket Club is topping the table, followed by Federal Government College Old Students Association, and Alan Titans are third on the table. Government College Ibadan and FCC are there. So to open the bowling for Allen Titans is Taiwo Mohammed, and opening the batting are the same duel of Tunde Ayinde, Sheun Odeku, who were the two that opened the batting for the side yesterday. Waiting for the very first ball. The umpires for today are Wale Adekoya and Ramona Dilaku. Very first ball to be bowled by Taiwo Mohammed. Interestingly to say that these two guys, in terms of Babatunde Ayinde and Taiwo Mohammed, both played for the Lagos State team, and they are both familiar foes. There you have on your screen jersey number 1, the captain of Allied Titans, in person of Sunil Kumar. I think the pressure of today's game is affecting both players. The opening bowler was ready to bowl, but he had to go back to his run-up, and earlier on the batter wasn't that ready, but the bowler was ready. So I think at this point in time, the umpire believes that we are about to have the game, and he just had a word with the bowler. And the very first ball to be bowled. First ball bowled by Taiwo Mohammed. It rained earlier in the day, in which we couldn't have the first game where you had Fegeko, Fego Kowosa and Rising Star Both teams had to share the points. That definitely should be the first extra, and signal there by the umpire as a wide ball. Government College Ibadan will be looking to continue from where they stopped yesterday against Foundation Cricket Club. Appeal for LBW falls into deaf ears, and the very first ball goes off the pads. And the umpire signaling a leg by. I think, beg your pardon, I think it was the second ball actually. Second legal ball, but third ball already ball. Again to the pads. Or the batters would still just take a single for it. I think Taiwo is trying to look for the LBs, but if he wants to get those LBs, he needs to find the right angle. It's coming across the line, so if he has to bowl those balls, he has to find a way to make sure that those balls are coming across the line and not just into the pads. Oh, good back foot there by Tunde Ayinde. What a way to start. Two balls left in this over. Definitely, these people, definitely Alan Tata should understand that they can get LBWs from the balls going towards the leg side. All four balls that Taiwo Mohammed has bowled already, technically 5 balls he has bowled, has been on the leg side. So he needs to find a way to angle the ball very well. If he keeps bowling it at the leg side, he's definitely not going to get wickets from there. He needs to keep those balls on the offside for him to be able to get wickets. Last ball of the first over. All balls gone to the leg side in the first over. And after 6 balls bowled, it's 6 runs on the board, no wickets for just 1 over. GCI will be looking to continue at that same pace they did yesterday, where they continued at 6 runs per over, in which today Ayinde was leading the pack. But today he seems to be a little bit quiet. He has only played 2 runs off 4 balls, and Shane Wadeko has faced just 2 balls and still hasn't scored a run. So they might be looking at continuing at that momentum of yesterday. But Ayoku Karim, oh, I beg your pardon, Abolari putting on just number 17. Yes, Abolari is in to the attack. And Abolari is bowling from the pavilion end. Full straight on the ground. That should race all the way to the boundary for 4. That's a good start from Tunde Ayinde. Picked it up the full. That's the way GCI will be hoping to start this innings. Let's see that again in the replay. It was full, it was outside the off stump, and that has gone all the way to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot there by Tunde Ayinde. Picking it on the full, waiting for that ball. On the leg side, wide ball signal there by the umpire. A lot of fans are in here for today's game. Veterans, players from outside the country are all here. Appeal for LBW, not given by the umpire. He walks away. How close was that to the pads? That was technically much closer. But it looks like that was definitely a little bit high. Good call there by the umpire, Ramon Adelaku. Abolari asking questions. That definitely was bat first. Hit the bat first before going to hit the pads. You could say it was bat first for hitting the pads, and that's why the umpire wasn't moved with that appeal, and he just had to walk away quietly. 3 balls already bowled. Goes down, goes big, goes to the ropes. Another boundary in this over. Waited for the full one, came out, shuffled out, and that again has gone to the boundary for 4. Lovely shots there by Tunde Ayinde. Just look at the perfection. Middle of the bat, timed it very well. He knew covers was in, and all he needed to do was just guide that over the 30-yard circle, and that has raced all the way to the boundary. 15 runs already on the board. Tunde leading the pack again, 10 runs off 8 balls, and it's 15 in 1.4 overs. Two balls left in this over, in which Tunde has dominated. Appeal for LBW, and the fingers is up. At first the umpire was trying to move away, but he had to readjust himself. I think that might be a little bit of a question, because if the umpire wasn't sure, he should have stood his ground, but he was trying to move away, and then he actually then turned back and was trying to see. At that point in time, I think he must have probably have a little bit of a vision and thought, oh, hold on, I think that ball was definitely hitting the wicket. Just look at that again. It looked like that ball was definitely drifting down the leg side. But Tunde has lost his wicket today. He didn't have his chance to score a 50. And Alan Tattens is struck with the first wicket in just 1.5 overs, as it's now 15 for 1. Onikoya Ademola is the new batter in. And he will be facing the last ball of Abolari. Last ball of the over, Onikoyi Ademola is the new batter in. Appeal again, but this time the umpire did move out. I think this was a similar fashion of what happened to Tunde Ayinde earlier on. The ball was going down the leg, but the umpire felt that was probably hitting the wickets. But this time, the umpire was definitely certain about this, and he said there is nothing affecting that, as it's now 15 for 1 after 2 overs. You could see again from the replay of how Tunde was dismissed. I think the ball was definitely drifting down the leg side, but it did hit his his back foot. So maybe the umpire was certain about that. But Island Titans have struck, and Shane Wadeku will be facing the third ball, in which the third over, in which Taiwo Mohammed will be bowling from the Court of Appeal end. On the leg side again, and a white ball. Taiwo Mohammed needs to cut off this. Either he cuts the pace off. This is more like a batter strip. So if you're going to be scoring runs, you need to be scoring around 200, 150 if you're going to fancy your chance of winning this game. Taiwo Mohammed to Shane Wadeku. Would this be the first legal ball in this over? Again to the leg side, and another wide ball. He hasn't bowled any legal ball in this over, so he needs to cut off that ball. If he was trying to bowl the reverse ball, he needs to know that he needs to come close, a little bit closer to the stumps, and then angle his back to make sure that the ball goes between the middle stump and the off stump. That's the ball you want to bowl. That's the ball he's looking for. Those are the balls he needs to bowl for his side, and I think Onikoyi wants to have a discussion with Shane Wadeku. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the field set for Taiwo Mohammed. He has shot fine, backward of square, mid wicket, mid on, second slip, third man points, pushed for a single. No, it's the call. Oh, direct hit. That was a good call for Onikoyi. He's saying no, it's the call. Getting to the leg side, and that should be a wide ball. I'm sure by the time we look at the total extras they have bowled already, it's going to be more than the numbers of they have played with their bats. Eight extras already bowled in 2.2 overs. Not the way Alan Titans will be hoping. They need to find a way to cut off these extras. And the culprit of most of these extras has been Taiwo Mohammed and Abolarin Rashid. So he's now having a little bit of change of field. He's having fine leg up in the 30th circle. These are the balls he needs to bowl. These are the balls he has to be looking for if he's in any way going to help his side to win this game. straight, full. Definitely, it is a single. Any day, anytime. 1 run taken. A little bit of few change now for Oniko Yademola. The protection Taiwo Mohammed has it on the leg side where he has mid on in place. Oh, lovely bowling. With so much pace, Oniko couldn't stretch into the line. Last ball of the over. Playing a dead bat straight towards covers. Which brings us to the end of the over as it's now 19 for 1. 6 runs in this over. 6 runs per over is what GCI is currently doing. Would Abolari be returning to bowl? Or would the captain Sunil be looking to change his bowling tactics? The batters are just trying to understand how the strip is playing because it was a little bit of a shower this morning. That's why the weather looks clear and we're playing in a very quiet atmosphere. Abolari back from the attack. Abolari back into the attack from the pavilion end. Very well bowled. Odeko trying to see how he can nick that towards third man. Because Sunil is currently standing at second slip. But he needs to understand the fact that once that ball is being bowled, he might probably edge it straight into the keepers or the second slip region. So he needs to be very careful. That's the shot. That's the shot he's looking for all day. And he finally has his, gets into his act, just quietly plays it, and using the slanty bat, just look at that shot. Guiding it with the pace at which Abolari was bowling with. And that has raced to the boundary for 4. Two balls left. Oh, an edge and dropped by Sunil. But that should be 2 runs. I was just saying it some couple of minutes ago that Seun Wadeko needs to understand the fact that if he's trying to play the shot, he needs to be very careful. As there is a sleeping place for him. Let's see that again. Just look at it. He was waiting patiently for it. Just nicked it into Sunil's region. But Sunil was so late to have gone down. And he was just lucky he hasn't taken that long walk back into the pavilion. Very well bowled there by Abolari. Keeping it on the fat stump line. Not doing anything extra. Just pulling it wicket to wicket. That's all that matters. Up in the air. That should race to the boundary for 4. Lovely shots there by Shewa Deco. Timed that perfectly. Was in his act. And that is a perfect ball from Shewa Deco. Just look at that shot. Perfectly timed. There was no movement on the field. And that race to the boundary. Good comeback by Abolare. What a way to end the over. That over which was dramatic. 2 fours and a drop catch. This game is trying to live up to its bidding. Let's just look at that again. That was the 4 being played by Odeku Shehu. Angling his bat properly, and then the next one that he faced was nicked towards Sunil at slip, which he dropped. And after that was this 4 we just witnessed, which was a perfectly timed ball into the middle of the bat on the onside. And that brings us to the end of the 4th over, as I think there's going to be a bowling change for Island Titans. Ayoku Karim might be the new bowler coming in from the Kotovapi end. And I'm right, Ayoku Karim is the bowler. Definitely you expect Sunil to have changed the bowling since Taiwo Mohammed was bowling too much extras. And now this field set for Ayoku is extra covers, goalie, points, covers, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, shot fine, and third man. That's definitely should be a white ball. The ball did. First ball bowled is a white ball, and it seems like Island Titans need to understand that the more extras they bowl, it might be affecting their side. GCI's batters are looking at being patient with the balls. Yeah, not so much in a hurry. Third ball again. Onikoyi didn't take advantage of that short ball outside the off stump. He wasn't threatening his wicket. This time played behind. And you can hear his side telling him, come on, he needs to push himself harder. 2 balls bowled already in 4.2 overs. 30 for 1. GCI taking advantage of the power play, even though they've just lost 1 wicket. Oh, shot. Onikoyi played that too early. Way too early, way too early. He needs to take his time to hook those balls. And I must say, Ayoko is deliberately trying to make Onikoyi hit those balls towards the leg side where he doesn't have protection. So he's thinking maybe Onikoyi is going to be taking the top edge towards fine leg. And that's definitely should be a wide ball. That's so wide. Very flat and wide. Just look at that. Very flat and wide. Good call there by the umpire. Perfect Reaper. Perfect Reaper. I'm going to give credit to Ayoku with that ball. There was no response to that. Just look at that. Perfect Reaper there by Ayoku. And this definitely my race to the boundary for 4. Lovely shots there by the big man, Nonikoyi. What a way to respond to the perfect ripper being bowled by Karim Ayoku. That was a perfect ripper. Just look at that. Timed it into the middle of the bat, sending it to the back of the rope for a 4. And that's the shot I said if you're gonna be bowling those balls, you need to have protection on the leg side. And having bowled that ball initially to the side, he just bowled it again, but this time was short. And Onikoyi, who is popularly known as P4, picked that timely. And what a way to end the 5th over. Just look at that again from the replay. Waited for it, saw the bounce. It was outside the off stump. And that raced all the way to the boundary for 4, as it's now 39 for 1 after 5 overs. Sunil, the captain, is now coming into the attack from the pavilion end. Pretty much strange to see Sunil bringing him himself in the last over of the power play. Shot wide. Umpire's arms are stretched. And that's a wide ball. Another wide ball. Umpire. White ball being signaled there. Up quietly, can that be taken? And it's taken. Sheun Odeku played that too casual. He should have finished that shot, but rather he's just showing us the shadow batting after he has lost his wicket. And GCI have lost the 2nd wicket in just the power play, as it's now 41 for 2 in 5.1 overs. Look at that again. Sheun Odeku was so casual with that. He needed to finish that shot. He didn't judge the line of the ball. And GCI has lost another wicket with the introduction of the captain Sunil into the attack. Let's see how he played that shot again. He should have finished that shot. I think a lot of us here in the comms box believe that he should have actually finished that shot. Just look at that. The ball was, it was just short ball. It wasn't an out volley. It was a short ball. He stretched too early and he didn't have control over that ball. New into the crease is Sylvester Okpe, the brother of the captain of the GCI team and also the national male team captain. This time full, this time straight, mid off. We'll pick that for just a single. Umpire thinks that's not a wide. Oniko, he thought it was a wide. Now he has to look at that spot again. So it's interesting to say. I used to ask myself, what are the batters always doing when they check the strips? But it's more like every time they hit it, they just try as much as possible to kill that pad. Oh, that was just a bit short. Very short of the wicketkeeper. Just look at that. It was just short to the wicketkeeper. As we're gradually ending the power play. Played on the front foot, straight towards covers. Two balls left before we call it end of the power play. And that brings us to the end of the power play as it's 43 for 2. And GCI, having lost 2 wickets, had Tunde Ayinde bowled 10 of 9 balls. Closely followed by Sheun Odeku, who was 11 runs of 13 balls, and Onikoyi Ademola is still in there, 9 of 12 balls, and Sylvester Okwe has joined him, who is just 1 of 2 balls. And quickly, let's see the bowling scorecard, and the bowling scorecard says it all. Taiwo Mohammed, despite the extras he has bowled, has only conceded 7. It's just the Bolari and Ayoku who has conceded more runs, 19 and 10 respectively, with Ayoku having to bowl his second over in this game. And now Island Titans have the right to open up the field. And where are they having the 5 protections on the boundaries? They have third man, extra covers, long off, long on, and mid wicket. Those are the 5 fielders outside. Mid wickets, long on, long off, extra covers, and third man. I think the umpire should signal a warning, and there he has it. He has done it, telling Ayoko, you're only legally allowed to bowl 1 bouncer in and over for a T20 game. If Ayoko is going to be bowling this ball, he needs to understand that Onikoyi is very much familiar with hitting those late cuts, most especially the uppercut. Pushed down towards backward point. Oh, good throw. Are they going back for 2? Good running in between the wicket by these 2 batters. I expected Olaleye should have just held on to the ball. 1 run, it's 1 run. You don't need to try and shy at a slip little chance that he had. Very well bowled outside the off stump, keeping it 4th stump line. I think Ayoku is trying to tempt Onikoyi at this point. Keeping those balls on the 4th stump, bowling it with so much pace and venom. Onikoyi just seems not to be having responses to that. Last ball of the over. That's definitely, oh, good keeping there by Sulaiman Russell. Knowing truly well that there was no protection on the leg side, so he held on to that ball in his gloves by diving to his left. What's the call? That's a 6. That's a lovely shot there by Onikoyi Ademola. Waited and timed that properly. Just see that. He waited for the ball and just timed that into the middle. That is what, it's a 6 any day, anytime. 52-42 after 7 overs. Trying to say that again on the replay as they are trying to look for the ball. I think the ball had gone into the parade ground of the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval. Just look at that shot. Perfectly timed by Onikoyi Ademola. Let's see some few highlights in the first times that we had this game. You could see the first ball, the first 4 that Tunde Ayine played off his bat. Just look at that perfectly timed shot there by Tunde Ayine into the gap, finding it easily. And then followed closely again by his another boundary he played. Just perfectly timed, giving it so much width. That race to the boundary. Just look at that. That was the appeal for LBW. Umpire's fingers did go up after that. And there was the dropped catch by Shane Wadeko. And then another boundary again by Shane Wadeko. Played that up, perfectly timed, but he lost his wickets to that. And Onikoyi Ademola 6, which is what ended the 7th over, as GCI now 52-2 in 7 overs. So Neil back into the attack from the pavilion end. Sylvester Okwe looking to do a covers drive, a square drive, I beg your pardon, towards the offside for a single, but he was unable to time that perfectly. Quick offside. I must say the strategy of Alan Tantas has been to keep most of the balls on the first stump, which technically has been paying off. Now this is shot, but a little bit closer, where Ayoko at third man picks it up, but the batters will go for a single. Now I'm trying to understand Sunil's field set. He has extra covers, long on, long off, backward of square, mid wicket, no deep protection on the leg side, and Onikoyi goes big. Would that find his space? Oh, that's a 4. Lovely try there by the bowler, I beg your pardon, by the fielder, trying to use his leg to stop that. But that's raced all the way to the boundary for 4. Just look at that perfectly timed ball. The fielder was trying to use his leg, but that had already crossed the rope before he could do anything. Appeal for LBW. Not given. I think it was the bat first. With Sylvester Okwe's reaction, it looks like it was the bat first. I think it was the bat first. Let's see that again from the replay. It might definitely be the bat first. Oh yes, it was the bat first. Bat first before the appeal. That's a big 6. Oh, I beg your pardon. That's a 4. One bounce 4. That looks like a big 6. But Onikoi perfectly timed that, telling Sunil, you might have gotten that earlier, but this time I waited for it. It was so full on the leg. And that was one bounce 4 by Onikoi Ademola. I think there's so much discussion as regards what happened there. If it was an LBW or not an LBW. That was the 4 initially played in that over. Perfectly timed in between. And then the appeal for LBW, which was declined by the umpire, saying it actually did hit his bat first. And then the last one was that lovely 4, which ended the over. Just look at that perfection there by Onikoyi Ademola. 61-4-2 after 8 overs. Sheson Adedeji into the attack from the Court of Appeal end. Alan Titans will be looking to cut off this current run rate at which GCI is going, which is 7.63. They are looking at maintaining that same status quo they had against Foundation Cricket Club yesterday. Pushed towards the leg side by Sylvester Okwe. And they'll just go for a single with that. Full big, can this be taken? No, would drop shot. But the batters will just have 2 comfortable runs. It seems like Onikoyi is making a statement that even though he might have retired, but he's looking to return himself back into the national team. Maybe a lot of people will be saying, is it too early for him to have retired? But the way he's actually playing these balls, pushed towards back of the point. Another single taken. Fast fingers there by Sulaiman Rosewe. Good bowling there by Sheson Adedeji, but the umpire was a little bit hesitant, but eventually made his mind up and then declared a white ball. Up. Would that be taken? Oh, drop catch! Drop catch by Taiwo Muhammad. How do you drop that catch? A national team player dropping another national team player. Telling him, I just dashed you. Oh, over the bowler's head. That would just be a single. Lovely shot there by Onikoyi Ademola. And after the end of the ninth over, it's 68 for 2. Let's see that drop catch again. It was just there for him in the offer. Timed into the middle of the bat. Didn't have that elevation he needed. Taiwo Mohammed held it into his arms. But at the point of making it rest, the ball dropped. And at this point, Island Titans will be blaming themselves because they have dropped 2 catches already in this game.
Well done, boys, well done.
How long will this 2 drop catches hunt them? It's just a matter of time. Change of bowling for Island Titans. Jersey number 75. Rafiq Muhammad is the new bowler bowling from the pavilion end. Island Titans looking to do more with spin. Rafiq's fielding position at the boundaries. Backward the point. Long on, long off. Mid wicket. Dragged on the ground by Onikoyi straight towards long on. They're trying to look for 2, but they will just settle for a single. So he has just 4 fielders outside the inner circle. Extra, I beg your pardon, extra covers, long on, long off, and deep mid wicket. Sylvester Okwe now on strike. Short ball. He's so lucky that that ball wasn't on the offside. White ball declared there by umpire. Onikoyi currently 30 of 25 balls. Would we be seeing him hit a 50? Gives himself room, but this would go straight towards extra covers. And just a single will be taken. This year we'll be looking to probably try and get around the 140, 150 at the end of 20 overs. Full. So unlucky, wicketkeeper jumped off before the ball hit. And just a single taken. Full up. That should be a boundary 4. And what a way by Sylvester to hit that shot. Gave himself room. Just look at how both of them are talking. These were former captains and vice captain of the national male side. And they were also captain and vice captain last 2 seasons for Government College Ibadan, Old Boys Cricket Club. Just look at that shot, perfectly timed into the middle of the bat. That raced all the way to the boundary for 4. Swept towards the leg side. Just a single. Last ball of the 10th over. What a sweep by Onikoyi Ademola. This man seems to be taking from Tunde Ayinde. Tunde scored a 50 yesterday. Are we seeing an Onikoyi going for another 50 today? Just look at that sweep shot. Perfectly timed by that old lanky man. A big man in the game. Just look at that sweep shot. He knew there was no protection at the square leg region. And that just raced to the boundary for 4 as it's now halfway into the innings. 81 for 2. And who will they be saddling with the responsibility this time? I think Sheson Adedeji will be the one coming from the pavilion end. I beg your pardon, from the Court of Appeal end. And yes, it is Sheson Adedeji coming from the Court of Appeal end. Suleiman thinking he fancies his chance of a stomping. And GCI batters and the duckouts fancies their chance of getting probably a 150 or a 160. They will be happy to have that. Still to come for batting for GCI, you have Vincent Adewoye, Isaac Okpe. You have Jimo Abdurrahman, Becky Kehinde. Those are still good batters who can still play down the order. Sheson to his national team captain, Sylvester Okpe. Plays it down on the ground. Straight to covers for just a single. GCI team will be happy with whatever runs they get. Pushed up, but that would be a single. I think they fancy their chances for taking the second, and they would take the second. And they're looking at the third, but no is the call. Ademola is currently on 37 of 28 balls. Sylvester Okpe 11 of 13 balls. They should definitely go big, but just a single will be taken. Just one run. I thought that was definitely going big, but it was just a single. Sylvester Okpe was looking to nick that away to his second sleeve, but just a single taken. Beg your pardon, no run taken. It was actually a dot ball. Last ball of the 11th over. Sylvester Okpe 11 of 14, Ademola Onikoyi 38 of 29, as they are now 85 for 2 in 10.5 overs. Current run rate is still at 7.73. And I think Sylvester is just asking for a breather. We're just trying to see how we can get the drop catch there by Taiwo Mohammed. If eventually Oniko, he probably gets his. Oh, I beg your pardon, Sylvester. Yes, that was Sylvester hitting that, and you could see from your screen in the replay, and also on your screen right now, the national team coach in person of Steve Ticolo putting on yellow top and the blue jeans with a red face cap is watching this game closely. Rafik back into the attack from the pavilion end. Dot ball, first ball. Pushed for just a single. Lovely shot, straight off. Going for two. And they just have two comfortable runs easily. Played on the back foot. Oh, good pickup there by the fielder. Run out and it's given. Oh my word, lovely piece of fielding there by Sheson Adedeji. Picked that up, went straight at the wicket. And Sylvester Okpe is so distraught with himself. He feels really bad with that. He wasn't expecting that. Just look at that shot again. Look at that pickup from Sheson Adedeji. Perfect fielding there by the big lanky man. And what a way to dismiss Sylvester Okpe, as GCI are now 88 for 3 in 11.4 overs. Sylvester Okpe feels really distraught with himself. Let's look at that again on slow motion. He timed that ball perfectly, gave himself room. And Sheson Adedeji perfectly picked that up. That was definitely expected of him. Direct to just that stump. And that is a perfect way to dismiss a batter like Sylvester Okpe. As GCI now at 88 for 3 in 11.4 overs. Into the attack is Vincent Adewoye. And also joining me in the commentary box is Sheun Ajidagba.
Thank you very much about me. A very wonderful afternoon here in the city of Lagos. Perfect weather for the game of cricket. A blockbuster fixture for both teams. Oh, brilliant shot there. Ademola Onikoyi doing the Ademola Onikoyi, which is striking the ball and scoring runs. Rafiq Mohammed, last ball to bring us into the 12th over. A lot is expected from Vincent Adewoye, and that's what we know of him. 4 runs, and what a way to end the 12th over. GCI are now 93 for loss of 3 wickets. Their current run rate is 7.52, and at this stage the projected score will be 155. Yesterday they scored 163, but it became a daunting task at some point in time before Becky Kende, in 2 different overs, did damage with the ball, getting the wicket of Danladi Isaac and Captain David Ankra. Both combined to almost put pain to the ambition of GCI. Oh, 4 runs any day, anytime. Ademolo Nikoyi on 44 and the entire team on 97. Onikoyi 6 runs short of half century. Sheson Adedeji coming from the Court of Appeal end into his 3rd over. Playing against his former employers. Onikoyi, can they go for 2? Good call between Onikoyi and Adewoye, who almost slipped. But for that great communication, Sheson Adedeji playing against his former employers. Adewoye trying to sort himself out. Sheson is arranging his field before bowling the 3rd ball. Oh, good shot. That looks like he's going to race for 4. And you can see Elijah Olaleye at some point in time giving up on that chase. GCI 102 for loss of 3 wickets. Vincent, the brief is clear from the Port Harcourt based cricketer. Oh, skies it up! What was that? 4 runs! And you can see the complaint on the face of Sheson. And you can see the standing umpire Wale Odokoya trying to reconfirm his decision to award 4 runs, which was also corroborated by the high performance manager and the coach of the national team, Steve Tikolo, who is always available to see games. You must say this has been a very, very good over for GCI. Already notching up 14 runs off 5 balls. He's still in search of his first wicket of this game. Sheson Adedeji. 50 up! Maximum! Ladies and gentlemen! That was huge! That was large! And that was classic Ademola Onikoyi when in his marauding self. Tormentor in chief, we call him. That was a brilliant over. See that again on replay on how Onikoyi got to 50. Excellent 6 runs of Sheson Adedeji's bowling. Sheson by now should be distraught. $113 for loss of 3 after 13 overs. Rafiq Mohammed, brilliant bowling there. Rafiq into his third over has conceded 21 runs but yet to get a wicket. Had a conversation yesterday with Vincent Adewoye speaking about why he has not been able to maximize the potential he has got. And he told me, he said, each time I don't play well, I always feel sad within myself. But today is an opportunity for me to show the stuff that I'm made of. Beautiful 2 runs there. Good running in between the wickets. Rafiq Mohammed, 2 good balls to be bowled. Good stop there by Taiwo Mohammed at backward of point, Nigerian international. Last ball of this over. Oh, good stop there by Sheson Adedeji, and that has brought us to the end of the 14th over. 116 for loss of 3 wickets, and this is the Super 6, a competition that will determine who eventually wins the league before we get into another competition. Not a good day today for Tunde Ayinde, who scored 89 yesterday off 69 balls. Scored 10 runs off 9 balls, which included 2 fours. Seun Odeku, the other opening batter, scored 11 runs off 13 balls, which included 2 fours, almost of similitude with that of Babatunde Ayinde. Ademola Onikoyi, 53 runs not out of 39 balls, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Sylvester Okpe, 13 balls, 17 balls faced, scored 13 runs. And Vincent Adewoye, has faced 6 balls, scored 14 runs. Taiwo Mohammed, both 2 overs, conceded 7 runs, but yet to get a wicket. Coming from the Court of Appeal end, Nigerian international, left-hand bowler. Great start from Taiwo Mohammed. Both of them are teammates at the national team level. They train together, they play together, and both of them understand themselves better. Lovely bowling there from Taiwo Mohammed. I'm sure the coach of the national team watching him will be delighted about his geometric progress. One of the few players that went to South Africa at an academy, learning how to bowl very well. And they take advantage of that. Oniko is saying, give me the chance. Let me show you how to play Taiwo. Oniko and Taiwo, teammates at Ibejuleki Cricket Club 1, teammates at the national team before Onikoyi called time on his international career this year.
Was that leg?
Oh my word! Onikoyi is gone. Check out on that fielding. Lovely piece of fielding. Directs. Onikoyi has run his race, played his part, done his bit, and is out after facing 39 balls and scoring 53 runs. He gets an applause from his teammates. He would have loved to go on and on. Unfortunately, Highline Titan said no. In comes Isaac Okwe, the captain of Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. Good over for Taiwo Mohammed. And he's into his last ball of the third over. Brilliant over there from Taiwo Mohammed. Considered just 1 run and also got a wicket. And check this out. This was it. It was direct. And the square leg umpire, main umpire, I beg your pardon, Wale Adekoya had no chance or had no choice than just to raise that finger you don't want to see go up. 15 overs gone, 117 for 4. The projected score at this stage is 156 because the current run rate is 7.80. Quite unfortunate for Rising Stars Cricket Club and the Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association. Game could not hold owing to force majeure, the rain. But like we say, our biggest sponsor is God Almighty. He's giving us a perfect weather. And we can't complain. So if one out of 7 matches that were played did not happen, I think we are very grateful. This is the 8th match. Rafiq Mohammed, 24 runs in 3 overs, and this is the final over for him. Good start from Captain Isaac Okpe. We are yet to see the Isaac that we know. It's been a while we saw Isaac, even from the West Africa Trophy that Nigeria hosted. We've not seen much of Isaac. Today might just be the day. He's also a big hitter, tall, lanky player. And on his day, he can cause damage. Good stop there from Sheson Adedeji. Rafiq Mohammed bowling from the pavilion end. You have to say that the bowlers of Island Titans Cricket Club in the last few overs have cut down on boundaries, which is a huge plus on their part. That looks like effort to chase that ball will end in vain. Ball raised for 4. Just when I was talking about Island Titans Cricket Club cutting down on GCI, scoring boundaries, Vincent Adeoye had a different plan. Island Titans Cricket Club, up until this moment, are the only club this season that is here to taste what defeat looks like. You could see the catch. Sheson will not drop it. And eventually, he gets the wicket of Vincent Adewoye after scoring 4 runs. GCI 124 for 4. Out goes Vincent Adewoye. Faced 12 balls, scored 18 runs. And in comes Jimo Abdurrahman, another player who can be very deadly with the bat. And so GCI have an entirely new batter in the crease. Isaac Okpe and Jimo Abdurrahman. Let's see where they will take these two. Their current run rate is still on 7.83. Final ball of this over for Rafiq. Good start for Jimo. It's usually good when you score a run off your first ball. It means you get the monkey off your back. 125 for 5 after 16 overs. 4 more overs to go for us to come to the end of the first innings. What a game we have on our hands. The 6 clubs are qualified for the Super 6. Island Titans Cricket Club, Ibejuleki Cricket Club 1, Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club, Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association, Foundation Cricket Club, and Rising Stars Cricket Club. In that order was how they qualified. An opportunity, and he gets the wicket. Jimo is out. Off Sunil Kumar, Rich Power. That was not far enough, and it was an easy catch. From Ayoku. In comes Monday Elijah to go and partner Captain Isaac Okpe. And you can see the look of Jimo feeling sad within himself that he couldn't contribute with the bat, but there's an opportunity for him to contribute with the ball. Oh, brilliant stop there. Throwing his body at it. Sunil has 2 wickets to his credit. Better bowling there, and brilliant wicket keeping from Nigeria's wicket keeper. We got quite a lot of them. Ashmi Shrestha, Sulaiman Rushewe. Sulaiman is Nigeria's opening batter, himself and Daniel Ajeku. At the last African Games, the 13th edition in Ghana, he was the wicket keeper in the absence of Ashmi Shrestha. What can they make out of this? What was he thinking of? That was comical from Ayoku. After doing great by picking the wicket of Jimo Abdurrahman, he decided to be comical. But GCI will mind. They take every run that comes, both legit and non-legit. Good backup there from Sheson. And that has brought us to the end of the 17th over. 130 for 6. Isaac Okpe and Elijah Monday still batting. That was it. On replay, Ayoku looked like he wanted to stop 4 runs from happening, but eventually gave 4 runs. But again, cut him some slack. We don't know what happened at that area. "17 overs gone. Rashid Abolari, one of the few players for Nigeria to have played at the World Cup, played under Captain Sylvester Okwe then at under 19, got that ticket in Namibia against all the odds back in 2019. Coming from the pavilion end into his 3rd over. He has 1 wicket to his credit and has conceded 19 runs. Good stop there from Taiwo at backward of point. Monday, Elijah faced 6 balls, scored 5 runs. Isaac Okpe faced 3 balls, scored 3 runs. Yes, he's on 100% strike rate, but he would love to be the one facing so they can put more runs on board. Oh, Ayoku tried to back up that throw from Taiwo, but couldn't, and so they take 2 runs. And you can see Captain Isaac Okwe going to go and talk to Elijah Monday. No need to dot balls anymore. We need to score runs and put a very reasonable total on board. Oh, brilliant bowling from Rashid Abolari, the Kwara player. .3 overs gone, 132 for 6. And Isaac Okwe is telling Monday, be the one to nick this ball. Last ball of this over. It's high time Isaac Okwe, the captain, took charge. He has faced few balls. He has scored few runs. But a lot is expected of Isaac Okwe from his teammates. And this is the period where he needs to start taking charge. A lot can still happen. Oh, intelligent from Isaac. Umpire Ramon Adelakun is unconcerned, unperturbed, and not bothered about the appeal of Rashid and the entire Island Titans Cricket Club team. Isaac wants to take charge. He took that risk. He wants to face GCI 134 for 6 after 18 overs. 2 more overs to go for us to come to the end of the first innings of match 8 of the CCC Super 6 cricket competition. After the Super 6, where we get to know who wins based on points and net run rates, then the top 4 teams will now proceed to the Super 4 competition, which is a knockout competition. Taiwo Mohammed into the penultimate over, but more importantly, Taiwo Mohammed into the final over of his own bowling spell. And you can hear the umpire Wale Adekoya talking about time. 3 overs bowled, 7 runs conceded, yet to get a wicket. Oh, skies it up. Can he get it? He mistimed. Breaking communication from Sheson and Taiwo. Isaac gets a second life. See what happens. There was breaking communication between the duo, and Isaac has an opportunity to continue to bat, to the delight of GCI players and their fans. Taiwo will say to himself, if I cannot get the wicket, let those balls continue to be dotted. He's setting his field. Two balls bowled in this over. First ball was 2 runs. Second one was dot. And we are into the penultimate over. Oh, skies it up. Can they go for it? Yes. There was butterfly fingers. And that gave Isaac the opportunity again to face. This is the period where you have to think as a captain and continue to score runs for your team. The current run rate is 7.46. At this stage, the projector score has dropped from 155 to 149. Except anything happens again with 3 balls left to be faced in this penultimate over, anything can happen. Taiwo Mohammed coming from the Court of Appeal end. He skies it up. And that lovely catch there. There was going to be a drop. Elijah Olaleye and Rashid Abolari. There was no communication there, but the safe hands of Elijah Olaleye ensured that that ball did not drop. It could have been a painful one if that ball had dropped. Both of them former teammates at under 19. And in comes Kufurola Lukman. And just for you to see how Ademolo Nikoyi decided to get to his 50, did it in grand style by hitting a 6, which was maximum, and based on my calculation, it was about 97 meters. Huge 6 to bring him to 50. Unfortunately, he only added 3 more before he lost his wicket through that run out. In comes Kufurola Lukman, opener, but has dropped to the tail end. 138 for 7. Taiwo Mohammed, 2 more balls to go in this over. skies it up. Sunil, he drops it and he slips. See that on replay. What a lovely line that I want to use. Sunil slip. Sunil slip. He thought he was going to get that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Koforola Lukman getting things going from ball one. Final ball of the penultimate over. And final ball for Taiwo Mohammed. Oh, better bowling there. Hands on the head. And so, this is the last over for the first innings. Two players who are very close to the ground have an opportunity to do this for GCI. They are of the same height. Koforola Lukman and Elijah Monday. .140 for 7. Every ball counts in this over. Rashida Bolari. Great start for Rashid. You could see what Elijah was trying to do. Shuffled out a bit. The teammates will say, no dot balls. Every run is important. White ball. One extra run for GCI. 5 more balls to face. Shout out to all of you, wherever you are watching us from your comfort zone. This is the CCC Super 6 competition. Still swing and a miss for Elijah. Koforola Lukman will be saying, give me a chance. Let me face Rashid. Oh, brilliant stop there from Ayoku. Brilliant bowling there from Rashida Bolari. How do you explain this in the final over? And just one run has been conceded, and that was off wide. 3 balls, dots. Still dotting those balls. Rashida Bolari. Koforola Lukman is telling him, do this thing. Touch this ball. Score runs and don't fan. Two more balls. Aside from the wides given by Rashid, Elijah is yet to do anything with his bat. 142 for 7. The projected score is 144, except a miracle happens. Finally he does it, but just one taken, and lovely throw there from Elijah Olaleye to wicket keeper Sulaiman Rushewe. 143 for 7. Last good ball of this over, if it does happen like that. And eventually they get the 144, which is the projected. And they have 145 to win. If anything like that will happen, and GCI have this to protect. Island Titans Cricket Club need 145 in 20 overs. That's approximately 7.25 per over. Will they get it? Can they get it? Time will tell after 20 overs. But almost immediately, we shall be having the ground staff prepare the ground quickly for the second innings. And check out the match summary. GCI 144 for 7 in 20. Ademola Onikoyi 53 runs off 40 balls. Vincent Adewoye 18 runs off 13 balls. Sylvester Okpe 13 runs off 17 balls. Sunil Kumar Richpal, the captain, 2 wickets for 18 runs in 3 overs. Taiwo Mohammed 1 wicket for 13 runs in 4 overs. And Abolari Abdul Rashid 1 wicket for 25 runs in 4 overs. That's the highlight of what happened in the first innings. We shall be back for the second innings. What an entertaining game we have on our hands.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second innings of this encounter between Island Titans Cricket Club and Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. Island Titans won the toss and elected to field first, in which Government College Ibadan posted 144 runs for the loss of 7 wickets, with Ademola Onikoyi top scoring with 53 of 40 balls, and it was closely followed by Vincent Adewoye and Sylvester Okpe, 18 of 13 and 13 of 17. And top the bowling chart for Island Titans Cricket Club is Sunil Kumaro, who had just 2 wickets in 18 runs for 3 overs, and they will be looking to see how they are able to defend 144 and Island Titans chasing down 145. It's a T20 Super 6 of the Club Cricket Committee Lagos Cricket League for the 2023-2024 season. But in mind, the winner of this Super 6 will be the champion of the league, and the top 4 from the Super 6 will be playing another tournament known as the Super 4, which will be the climax to the end of the 2023-2024 season. As we have it, it's going to be Island Titans, who are in their traditional green top and black pants, going into bat, and they will be having Solomon Russell, where will be the one opening the batting, and possibly having Kumar in there with him, but it's just a matter of time to talk about that. Shale, 145 is what Island Titans need to win this game. Do you think this is 100% visible, judging the fact that this strip is actually a batter strip?
Like we always say, impossibility is nothing. The brief is clear from Island Titans bench. They need 7.25 per over to bring this game home. And for GCI, they must ensure that they don't score that runs. But one thing is for sure, whatever happens today, it will have been back-to-back victories for either of these sides. It's either back-to-back victories for Island Titans Cricket Club or back-to-back victories for GCI.
Jimo opening the bowling for Government College. First ball he bowled is a white ball. Not the way GCI will be hoping to start. And opening the batting, like I said, is Rusewe Sulaiman and Nazim Sheikh. And the first ball, a white ball.
Jimo needs to control the ball. Better bowling there. Bowling to Nigeria's opening batter, Sulaiman Rushewe.
So I'm just looking at Jimo's bowling right now. He's trying to bowl the balls towards the leg side, between the middle and the leg stump. Though he has protection at backward of square, but I would have suggested that he has a protection at fine leg instead of having Richard Ubo, who is currently a third man right here. He should have moved Richard Ubo towards fine leg, but rather what he have done now is to have a proper mid wicket in which Onikoyi Ademola has gone to.
He knows what he's doing, and I want to presume what he's doing will yield positive results for the team. They have a new entrant who is playing his first game in 3 matches. Not necessarily new, but new to the Super 6. Sylvester Okwe, who missed the last 2 games. Better bowling there for Jimo.
A comical event just happened there. Batter picking up the ball, and then Sylvester Okwe, in a very funny gesture, actually did just go there to scream and shout, "How's that?" To scream just out. But I think the umpire did declare a dead ball, obviously, for that ball to have been actually not being counted as a wicket, because if the ball was still in action, Solomon might have been taking that long well back to the boundary.
And after bowling the first ball for the wide, he's bowled 3 balls dot to the delight of his teammates. The 4th one again And that's what this year will say to themselves, we need Sylvester Okwe coming in to replace Michael Abigboa.
So I'm just judging by what Jimo has been bowling. Two balls went down the leg side. He had to move Oniko towards the leg side. Now he has bowled another two balls on the offside, and now he doesn't have protection at extra covers, which means the next time he bowls this ball and Suleiman Rosawe swings his bat, that might be going at just what I just said. I haven't just finished saying it, and that has gone all the way to the boundary. It was just as easy as a puzzle. You could see he bowled two balls to the leg side. They moved a player to the leg side, and then he bowled two balls to the offside. He didn't have protection at deep extra covers, and now you could see that has just paid off. Lovely shot there by Suleiman Rusewe.
Take nothing away from Suleiman. Class batter he is. Last season he emerged as the best batter of the tournament, and so he's good at his craft. One more ball, and then we'll be coming to the end of the first over. Wide ball, and that loud scream from Jimo.
Jimo needs to have control over the ball. He still doesn't have extra covers in play, and he's keeping the football there. Rather than have Elijah Monday at fine leg, he should have moved one fielder to the offside and just look at it again. But this time, it goes straight towards third man for just a single.
And exactly what is required was what they got, but just short of 0.25, but 7 runs in the first over. Great start for Island Titans Cricket Club.
And Government College needs to understand that they're playing a different team entirely. They almost got a scare when they were playing against Foundation Cricket Club yesterday, in which FCC was actually doing the runs they needed, even though they didn't have wicket at hand. But vastly experienced Island Titans, who are yet to lose a game, know the brave and they know what they need to do. So definitely they know if they have to score 7 runs per over, this too needs to be taken off before the end of the 1st or the 5th over, and make sure that you bring in fresh batters in almost every 2 overs.
But like I've always said, Island Titans have got great batters. Rafiq is still very much there. You've got Sheson Adedeji, Elijah Olaleye, Sunil, Taiwo Mohammed. All these players are very good with the bat. But yesterday it was just about 2 players playing no grief for anybody cricket. And that's Danladi Isaac and David Ankra. Oh, good stop there from Babatunde Ainde.
That's a lovely piece of fielding.
Yeah.
He did very well staying down his point. He knew he needed to stay down to stop that ball. If not, that ball might have raced probably for Becky, who is at extra covers. More like deep extra covers.
If I Richard Ubo coming from the pavilion end. Wide ball. They need to cut down on the extras. His teammates will be hoping for that 2020 World Cup performance against Japan in a classification game where he emerged as the player of the match. The World Cup Nigeria qualified at under 19 level, and a considerable number of them are on this field and playing today's game for both teams.
Full straight. Good duck out there by Suleiman Rosewe. It's quite interesting to see that Suleiman Rosewe is building his innings And we know very well that once this man settles in, he becomes more dangerous. They still have the likes of Sheson Adedeji and Olaleye, Elijah still in. Even Itwa Lucky is also in there. So those will be probably Alan Tartan's batting strength if they have a chance of chasing down those runs. Ooh, very well bowled.
Brilliant bowling from Ifeanyi.
Just 1 run considered in this over already. So they might be looking at trying to, as much as possible to cut it off, just to put pressure back on Island Titans. Full straight, they're taking Vincent on at the onside. A direct hit might have taken him back to the pavilion, but he would just had to do the safety first, hitting the balls down first before throwing it so that the bowler wouldn't have issues with his hands. Last ball of the second over.
But more importantly, the first ball Nazim Sheikh will be facing has been an onlooker all through this period. Let's see what Sheikh will bring to the table. Last ball for Ifeanyi. Oh, let's go a fishing. Didn't see that ball, and we've come to the end of the second over. 9 runs for loss of no wicket. The current run rate, they need 136 runs. Current run rate is 4.50. The required run rate is 7.56. They need 136 in 108 balls.
A very huge discussion with all the Cardinal connects there. Sylvester Okpe, Isaac Okpe, and Jimo. Jimo is going to be bowling from the Court of Appeal end. He has a second over to bowl. I think at this point in time, the discussion and the brief will be simple. Keep the ball on the first stump line. Do not do anything extra. So they probably might have to move somebody from the leg side towards the onside and not allow the batters to score much runs. But who's on strike again? Solomon Rosawe.
The captain also moved closer to Jimo to give him some pep talk. Oh, lovely stop there by Elijah Monday.
That was a lovely shot there by Solomon Rosawe, keeping the bat controlled on the ground. He knew he had to just control that, and he was just quite short of Monday Elijah. If that had stayed a little bit up on the air, he would have. I think he has dislocated his arms. There's a little bit of a break here, and we might be seeing a field substitution. Let's look at that again from the replay. It was a good shot there by Solomon Rosawe. Just look at that. That shot ball was shot of a good length. No, that was a short ball, but the pace at which it went was what that was, and he landed. Oh, that was a little bit awkward, landing on his left arm, and that might just be a little bit of a treatment needed for him. So let's talk about this, Shell. The table might look a little bit changed by the end of this game. Now, this is how the table currently looks like. Ibejuleki Cricket Club are currently top of the table with 4 points. Now, Federal Government College, Warri Old Students Association at 3 points because of the draw they had, or the point share they had between themselves and Rising Star. But now, this is where the twist is. Island Titans at Government College, Ibadan. Definitely we're going to have a winner who's going to go top of the table above Ibejuleki. Who do you think is going to be? Would it be the undefeated team, Island Titans, or do you think GCI fancies their chances of staying at the top of the table? Put into the back of your mind, they have Federal Government College, Warri Old Students Association to contend with next week.
Like we said, for GCI to win this game, they must cut 7.25 happening every over, or ensuring that they don't score the required runs.
But back into the game, and I think the tough man has been taken off. Oh, sorry, Elijah Monday has been taken off. He's going to have some medical attention. But you have the 12th man in person of Monday, in person of Markel like big boy in. Oniko Yademola trying to change the field set. Trying to have a little bit of field sets in now. I'm looking at the field sets. Michael Lagbiboy has been taken to fine leg, and they now have both fine leg and third man in place. I still think they need an extra covers. Maybe for Nazim, they could still keep this guy there, but for Suleiman Rusawe, they definitely need an extra covers. Straight towards third man for just a single.
Nazim Sheikh and Sulaiman Rusha were still batting. We are currently in the third over. Jimo Abdurrahman bowled 8 balls, conceded 9 runs. White ball.
The extras needs to be cut off. This was the same situation at which Island Titans were in their innings, as at the third over they had already bowled 8 extras. And if you look at the bowling scorecard of Government College, they've already bowled 4 extras in this game already. They need to cut off those extras if they have it, fancy their chances. A single will be taken, and is a single. Good attempt there by Oniko Yademola, trying to keep the ball low and straight into the wickets.
Based on what we are seeing, it's a different field set for Sulaiman and a different one entirely for Nazim. Better bowling there from Jimo. And 2 more good balls to be bowled for us to come to the end of the third over. They need 132 runs in 104 balls.
Dot ball is all that matters at this point in time. Just keep the dot balls coming and put pressure on the batters. And that is it. That's the end of the I beg your pardon, 1 ball left. The whole idea will be quite simple. The brief will be simple for the bowling side. Keep Sulaiman away off strike and let Nazim dot more balls. At this point in time, they might not be looking for the wickets. Just keep Nazim more in. Let him have enough dot balls. If the captain Isaac Okwe is actually thinking, he needs to understand that. Keep Nazim on strike more and keep Sulaiman off strike. Ooh.
Oh. Ifeanyi Ubo doing the brief at fine leg. And that has brought us to the end of this over. 14 runs for lots of. The current run rate is 4.67. They need 131 runs in 102 balls. And what is required is 7.71. About me, the implication of them not scoring the required runs is that what is now required will now continue to jack up. Initially, when we started this game, we said 7.25 is what is required, but now it's gone to 7.71.
Anything?
Yes, GCI have not gotten a wicket, but as long as they continue to dot those balls and they don't score those runs, the required run rate will continue to increase.
Anything could still happen, Sheon. Just like I said, the brief is quite simple. Keep Nazim more on strike and keep Sulaiman off strike, and that is what they've done off the last ball of that previous over. Now Nazim is the one facing the balls again, and if you're going to quickly look at the batting scorecard for Nazim, you would see that he has dotted a lot of balls. He has only scored 2 runs and has faced 6 balls, which means technically he has dot 4 balls. And Sulaiman has faced 13 balls and scored 8 runs. So I better keep the man who has dot balls more on strike than keep the man who has potentials of scoring runs off strike. What better way, Sean? keep it on the off stump, forcing the batter not to even have a contact with the ball.
You can say that again. If I doing what is required by the captain, who is standing very close to him, and doing what is required by the teammates, and also doing what is required by the fans of GCI.
Will they go for a double or just one single? They're trying to go for two, but no ways to call. Good pick up there by Jimo at third man. Had to run so much. Look at that. He had to cover a lot of ground. He had to cover that towards backward of deep point, which I must say is actually a very good cover for him.
He needed to do that when you didn't cover yourself in glory with the bat. You have to cover yourself in glory when you are bowling or when you're fielding. And when those catches come, you take them.
Oh, that was so close. Very well played by Solomon Rosewe. I was about to talk about the field set for Solomon Rosewe before that ball was being bowled, but when that ball comes up, we would definitely talk, or when he's on strike, we'll definitely talk about it. But now looking at Nazim's field sets, whenever he's on strike, the only protection they have for Nazim is at backward point and fine leg. And I think now Onikoyi is currently having a change of field settings for his side, taking the responsibility for the field setting. Now the only protection they have on the boundary is at third man, who is a little bit squarer. That's where Jimo is. Pushed down towards. Now this is interesting. Onikoyi Ademola, the man who is currently setting the field. Just look at this. Sylvester is at backward point, and Tunde Ayinde is at point for Nazim, because they know his strength is around that area. And you can see Nazim is struggling to play that ball. He's not putting his foot right into the line of the ball. Rather, he's just swinging the bat, and that is one tactics that GCI have seen about Nazim, and that is what they've been doing. As we come to the end of the fourth over, it's 16 runs for the loss of no wickets.
Take nothing away from Ademola Onikoyi. Call him captain, fantastic. It won't be out of place. When you serve the national team of Nigeria for 19 years, then you want to say that that number of years that you have played the game of cricket is even older than some players. So if they saddle him with the responsibility of setting the field, it's not out of place. I told you yesterday that setting a field is the responsibility of three people. One, the bowler. Two, the captain. Then three, a leader or a cult hero on the field. So they look at Onikoyi's experience and they are running with his experience.
Now I'm going to be surprised if the umpires doesn't call a no ball for this. GCI has 3 players outside, but I think they have just realized that. They were quite lucky that Becky hasn't started running to bowl in, so they brought in fine leg to the 30th circle for Solomon Rosewe. Lovely shot, and I said it, you need to have an extra covers for him, but that's a lovely piece of fielding by Richard Ubo at third man. 2 runs taken. Now I'm trying to look at now the protection they have for the new bowler Becky when his Solomon is batting is at deep square leg and fine leg and third man. Those are the 2 protection they have. They keep forgetting that Solomon Rosewe is very good with the square cut shots, and now Sheon Onikoyi, I beg your pardon, Sheon Odeko has now moved to gully region.
Becky Kehinde coming from the Court of Appeal end into his first over. They will hope for that kind of bowling he had yesterday, where he broke the partnership of David Ankra and Danladi Isaac. To put it into proper context, he got both wickets.
That was a drop catch. He gloved that, and the wicketkeeper couldn't hold on to that. That was a chance to take the big man, Solomon Rosewe, out of the context. To see that again from the replay, was gloved into the hands of the wicketkeeper, but Koforal Lukman couldn't hold on to that pace, and he dropped that ball. Beg your pardon, he dropped the catch actually. Oh, so close. They'll take a single off this.
The most important thing for GCI, even if they have not gotten the wickets, is the fact that they are debarring Island Titans Cricket Club from scoring boundaries. They are denying them the opportunity to score what is required, and as long as they don't get what is required in every over, the next over it continues to add up. It's just like how you calculate your result in the university. You have a semester GP, and at the end of a session you have a cumulative grade point average, where they divide the total number of courses you have taken to get what you have. Becky doing the basics, and that continues to pile pressure on Island Titans Cricket Club, and these kind of things forces a batter to do what he is not supposed to do. When you continue to dot so many balls and you are not scoring the runs, you now play an improper shot. Good bowling there from Becky to bring us to the end of the 5th over. 19 for the loss of no wickets. They need 126 runs in 90 balls. The current run rate is 3.80, and what is required is absolutely huge than what they are currently doing. 8.40. Abayomi, one more over for us to come to the end of the power play, and you must say that Island Titans Cricket Club have failed to take advantage of the power play.
It can actually change at any point in time, Sean.
First answer that question.
I wouldn't answer that question. It could change at
Did
any
they
point
take
in
advantage
time.
of the power play?
You never can say. They still have 6 balls left, and Sulaiman Rosewa is currently on
Don't
strike.
shift the goalpost when the game has started. What is, you always sit here and you talk about what is required for a team to achieve in a power play, and we sat down here to say the minimum you can do in a power play is 45-50 runs, and look at what is on board, and look at what Island Titans are doing. I know anything can still happen going forward, but looking at what is happening is nothing to be proud of.
I think you're correctly right, Sean. Maybe in the context of the not picking sides, I would have that's why I answered that way. But if we really look at it in the context of batting, based on the strip we're currently playing on, the 2 batters here, Sulaiman Rosewa and Nazim, haven't utilized those balls being bowled outside the off stump. Remember, Island Titans did the same tactics against GCI when they were batting, but the batters were able to utilize that. And this one goes straight to Onikoye at short covers. So I think the pressure is going to be more on the batters of Island Titans than the bowlers now, because right now what will be at the back of their minds now is, before they needed a boundary per over, now they need 2 boundaries per over if they are going to have any chance of staying within that required run rate. But the power play has been a little bit below par.
And just check out Nazim, for instance. Nazim has faced 12 balls and scored 3 runs. That means he's on 25% strike rate. Even Sulaiman Rushewe has faced 22 balls and have scored 12 runs. He's on Sulaiman-like. He's on Sulaiman-like based on what we know Sulaiman can do. But you have to give credit to the bowlers of GCI, especially Ifeanyi Ubo.
So you wouldn't blame Sulaiman for it. It takes 2 to bat in the center. If Nazim is more on strike and is dotting the balls, it put pressure on Sulaiman Rosewa, because we know he's a big hitter and he's a rotator of the strike. So if he has somebody who's always dotting the balls, the only thing that will be at the back of his mind is he needs to get those runs on the board as fast as possible before the pressure mounts, if they continue at this rate, to probably the 10th over. But again, don't forget, they haven't lost a wicket.
Very key. What a brilliant over from Ifeanyi Ubo. This is a sharp contrast to what we saw from Ifeanyi yesterday against FCC. Ifeanyi has bowled 3 overs and then 5 runs.
5 runs he has. And just looking at the bowling, and I beg your pardon, the batting scorecard, it is Sulaiman with 13 of 23 balls And Nazim, 3 of 13 balls. Nazim has faced more balls and dotted a lot of balls with a strike rate of 23.08. That is really, really a little bit below par for Nazim, who we expect should have complemented with Sulaiman Osewe. And Isaac Okwe has only used 3 bowlers, Becky, Jimo, and Richard, who you could see Richard has more dot balls, 14 dot balls to his credit, with just 5 runs being considered, and Jimo 2 over 6 runs, 6 dot balls and 12 runs to his credit.
Becky Kendi coming now from the Court of Appeal end. We have come to the end of the power play. Appeal.
You know the interesting thing, Show, a lot of batters are out actually watching this game from outside the pavilion here, and they are telling themselves, you have fielders on the offside in the 30-yard circle. There's no protection on the leg on the outside 30-yard circle, and the bowlers are bowling it on the offside. Is it that these batters can square court these balls? Pushed straight down, a run-out chance. So the keeper, can that be taken? A little bit sluggish by the captain, Isaac Okwe.
But again, you could see the body language of the square leg umpire, Ramon Adelakun. He didn't even bother. He knew that wasn't a run out. Nazim has an opportunity to redeem himself.
Chio, I have to say this. 15 balls Nazim has faced, 10 has been on the offside, and he has not moved either the front foot or the back foot to either square cut the shot or play back foot drive, and he's just mounting and dotting these balls. This is more going to be a pressure to Island Titans. This is not the Island Titans we've seen in the past couple of days. This is not the Island Titans we saw against the Bejuleke Cricket Club. Just look at it again. This time he decides to go back, but the pace of Becky beats him again.
But again, why you complain about the batter? Can we also give credit to Becky for how well he has bowled 10 balls?
No doubt about that, Cheo. Not just Becky alone, but Jimo and Richard has also done perfectly well. This time, this one is straight into the body. A run-out chance at the keeper's end. That was a poor throw by Jimo. He should have taken a shot. Direct hit would have taken Nazim back into the pavilion. But I think at this point, if I were GCI, I would be a little bit happy about the situation of things. Nazim is still in. The man who still dots more balls is still in. I would still have him there probably till 15th over. And then have a little bit of a go at any batter that comes in and probably keep him more on strike.
You could say that again. I'm sure his teammates will be hoping that he loses his wicket, so another batter can come in. You have to say that Ifeanyi Ubo, running the channels of the fine leg, has done excellently well, and we've come to the end of the 7th over 23 for no wicket loss. Ifeanyi Ubo versus Sulaiman Rushewe. Six maximum.
That was explosive, Sean. Just
Check
look at
that
that.
again.
It was so explosive. He waited, timed it. He knew he was going to drop his shot of a good length, a little bit outside the off stump. And Solomon Rosewe now is getting out of his shell. He knows he needs to take the bull by the horn, and that is what he's doing. Good bowling there by Richard Ubo. Coming back, trying to keep that away from him. He took the pace off it and did not allow him to get a run off that. Let's see that 6 again on the replay.
And that's one thing that Solomon does that gets him out, shuffles out of his crease, misses ball, wicketkeeper stomps him. Good sliding there from Chinwodeku. Lovely pickup from Becky.
Runs already on the board. The current run rate is 4 and the required has gone to 9.20. Now what they need is 115 and 75 balls. If you're going to do the maths, you can imagine how many runs they need per over. How many boundaries they need per over, actually. So which means either they're taking each ball as it comes or they have to just score with their legs. Straight up to the ground, but straight to Isaac Okpe. Is that a run out?
Absolutely. You could see him. He was a bit sloppy with the way he was running. There are wickets you don't want to lose, but I'm sure his teammates will be happy. Nazim, yes, you can come out. Let's have something different. A lot of dot balls have happened. 16 balls he faced and scored just 4. First wicket.
That was a lovely direct throw there by Isaac Okpe. Keeping that low, that's what you want to see from a professional like him. You don't expect to see nothing less. Just look at that again. He picked up perfectly well timed. You don't take on a fielder like Isaac Okpe on the offside region. And Suleiman, at the back of his mind, would have been saying, finally, I probably have the man who's dotting more balls. He needs a fresh hand in the center with him. And he has a new batter in, I think, in person of Lucky Utwa. Puts in on jersey number 25.
The first wicket gone. And the first wicket dropped on 7.4 overs. Based on how Richard was bowling, I was thinking maybe they were going to reserve 1 over for him. But Isaac Okpe knows better. He still got some other bowlers himself. There's still Vincent Adewoye. There's Tunde Ayinde. There's Sylvester Okpe. Good bowling there from Richard. He's been excellent today with the ball.
So just to clarify why you need, he's trying to use Richard Ubo all through to his 4 overs. You have Vincent Adewoye, who's a pace bowler. You have Isaac himself, who's a pace bowler. You have 2 spinners on this field, which is Tunde and Sylvester Okpe. So he has 4 options left in terms of bowling. So why keep one of the bowlers? Oh, lovely shot. Would that go all the way to the boundary? No, that's a bounce 4. Lovely shot there by Suleiman Rosewe.
What a way to end. Started with a 6 and ended with a 4. Good over for Island Titans. 8 overs gone, 34 for 1.
.34 for 1, and I must say that was a lovely timed shot into the middle of the bat by Suleiman Rosewe. He picked that time lead, saw it into this middle of his bat. Just look at that from the replay. That's the build-up he'd had. He waited for it, shuffled out. He knew it was going to be shot of a good length, and he just waited into the middle of the bat, and he knew there was no protection after the power play at the boundary, and that has gone to the boundary.
34 for 1. After 8 overs, GCI have put them where they want them to be. This is not where Island Titans want to be, but GCI rather said this is where we want you people to be.
Now, this is the combination most captains don't like, even bowlers really don't like. A left hand and a right hand. Itwa Lucky is a left-hander, Sulaiman Rosewe is a right-hander. Remember, Itwa is also a big hit of the ball. He once played his trade for Government College Ugeli, but before he moved to Island Titans this season. Shot straight down, but still Vincent Adewoye, who was at covers. Now, I'm looking at the field set for Itwa Lucky. Third man, backward of square, deep backward of square. You have extra covers, and now Shane Wodeko is moving towards shot fine, which is still in the 30th circle. So now they have him all round surrounded. Oh no, Michael was just too slow.
Yeah!
Oh. Is he gone? Yes, he is gone.
That was breaking communication. Michael almost bungled it. Itwa will be livid. Itwa will be sad. Itwa will be devastated. The first ball he faced, the sound of the bats, you will know his intent on why he came into the crease. But like we always say, communication is very important. Upward and downward communication, horizontal and vertical communication, up and down. But the communication between Sulaiman and Itwa wasn't anything to write home about. And Itwa would have to come back playing a golden duck.
Not the way he would have wanted to start this game, but I think the biggest mistake he did was hitting the ball straight into the fielder. For what we've known or what we've seen from the replay, the fielder was at very close to his bat. There was no run there. That was a good call by Sulaiman Rosewe. There was no run there, but it was trying to see if he can just get off the mark, just ran himself out. And I really do not blame Sulaiman Rosewe for not taking that run, because if he had, he would have been the one taking the walk back to the pavilion.
But again, talk about Michael, who almost missed. Frola Lukman was lucky.
Let's be honest with ourselves. That was a bad throw from Michael, like big boy.
Extremely bad throw.
He had the chance, he had all the worlds to just throw that straight into the keeper's gloves. That was the safest hand you had on the field. But rather, he just did a lollipop. But that was a good throw there by Koforola. Lovely shots by the new batter, Elijah Olaleye. Now, this is it. This is an Ibadan combination, or better still, an Oyo combination. Elijah and Sulaiman Rosewe. You've been talking about the Under-19 World Cup, and these two batters played for the Nigerian Under-19, so they are quite familiar with situations like this.
Wide ball. Becky coming from the court of appeal, one of the few bowlers I know around the world that has his pockets out. The two. That's his trademark. Becky is into his third over.
Now that's any day, anytime, a single. You don't need to put too much power in that. It's just one run there. There's nothing so special about it.
But I must say that GCI will be happy. Wicket falling, runs not coming, which continues to increase the run rate that is required for Island Titans. Becky into his third over, but more importantly, the ninth over. Two good balls to be bowled. Sulaiman and Elijah batting.
shot of a good length outside the off stump has been one of the most dangerous bowling that Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club has been doing all day, and they found it so difficult for the Island Titans guys to be able to hook that ball. And I must say, Solomon Rosewe has also been finding that very difficult as well. As Becky will be bowling the last ball of this over. And what a way to end the over with that dot ball. I would have expected him to just quietly watch the ball and watch the elevation and just put the bat underneath it just to follow the through, because you have Richard Ubo, who is a third man but a little bit squarer. And after the end of the 9th over, it's 36 for 2. This isn't looking like the Island Titans we know, who are unbeaten. It seems like they're on the verge of losing their first game in the 2023-2024 season, as it's 109 runs required in 66 balls.
Making the task more difficult. I was thinking by 10 overs they should be on 50, which makes the game a bit more interesting. But when you are 36 for 2 after 9 overs, the task is very difficult. But like we always say, impossibility is nothing. These two batters, Elijah and Sulaiman, have familiar foes. Not only are they Ibadan based, but that historic under-19 side led by Captain Sylvester Okpe, these were the two opening batters for Nigeria.
Change of bowling for Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. Isaac Okpe, the captain, will be bowling from the pavilion end, and he's quite familiar with these two boys again, Solomon Rosewe and Olaleye. Both had trials before the All-African Games, the All-African Games in Ghana. So at the trial level, he knows what to do, and he's going to be doing the same thing here. Pushes it to Elijah, where Tunde Hainde had to come in to pick that up for just a single.
They won't mind if it's a single and it's not the boundary, because the more singles, the more issues.
So I'm trying to rack my brain around a lot of things right here, trying to put myself in the batting department of Island Titans. Lovely shots there by Sulaiman Rosewe, but Sheon Odeku is right there. It's expected of him. We knew he was going to slide for that. I'm not quite surprised Sheon Odeku did that. I think Sheon Odeku needs to understand that he's not getting any more younger. He's not 20 more younger. He's getting 50 older.
What Sheon Odeku can do, you can't do it.
I don't have his body physics, so I'd rather just stay where I am.
Give it to Sheon Odeku. At his age, he's still playing competitive cricket. Yomi used to be a player of Pioneers Cricket Club. He retired long ago.
I'm not actually officially retired. I just took another passion in cricket, which is commentary, and I think I tend to enjoy it more than people who just run around on the field. And I get the opportunity to talk on the mics, and then I have the right to say, either criticize them or just say the good things about them. But give it to Sheon Odeku. He's a very energetic and prolific fielder. Oh, lovely shots. But Tunde Ayinde have an opportunity to run out. But that wasn't taken. Shot. That's a lovely shot, but can only find Jimo at extra covers. Now this is interesting to see that you have two batters now who are actually familiar foes with each other. They know when to take the singles, they know when not to take the singles. And I must say that shot being played by Olaleye Elijah should start putting records into GCI's heads that they don't need to bowl those kind of balls again. Lovely shot again. That's a square drive. Jimo has been a little bit active in this over. 2 to 3 balls have gone towards his side. And Shehu, it's the end of the 10th over, halfway into the innings, 43 for 2.
Again, you have to say that GCI are making things a bit difficult for their opponent, Island Titans Cricket Club, by debarring them from scoring boundaries. Yes, the runs are coming in now as compared to the period where Sulaiman and Nazim Sheikh were batting. Now runs are coming in, but not the boundaries. And what is required for them is 10.20, but they are currently on 4.30.
So I just want us to talk about this Shehu Odeko's slide. You could see how he ran. At first we thought the ball was going to go towards the boundary. That's a lovely piece of fielding there from Shehu Odeko. It's one masterclass that most Nigerians in here as fielders have not really been able to utilize. But I must say, lovely piece of fielding there for him. At this point, Shehu, racking my brain about what the batters should do is so simple. You need to get 2 boundaries per over in the next in the next 10 balls, 10 overs. You need to, that's 60 balls, you need to get 2 boundaries per over. Is it doable? Only time will tell.
Will the bowlers allow? Only time will tell.
Becky into the attack from the pavilion, cut over field end, and I think they just found it. That's the first boundary already being played by Sulaiman. Runs away.
That's not Sulaiman.
Oh, I beg your pardon, that's Elijah. Let me use your words. They both look alike.
Absolutely. But I know what I use in recognizing Sulaiman. Sulaiman is putting on a green pad. Elijah is putting on a black pad.
Just from the replay, you can see that's a lovely shot there by Elijah, keeping it on the full face of the bat, and that race to the boundary. Pushed again towards back of the point where you have Shehu Odeko for just a single.
Sulaiman is on 30 for 36 balls.
Can they go for 2? They're trying to take Ubo up. But that was a good pick-up and throw from him, preventing the batters from going for a second run.
I must say that Ubo has done excellently well from where he's fielding from. He's done very well. He's covered that ground very well. Where you think the batters will take 2 runs, he has only limited them to 1. And if GCI go ahead to win this game, one of the high points will be how Ifeanyi Ubo caught some runs from becoming extra runs.
Just any day, anytime. That should be a single. Becky needs to pick his ball because he doesn't have protection there. And you can see it's just said, I'm sorry, I knew it was my ball. And I must say this, Shehu. Earlier on, before the start of the game, I was having a discussion with Isaac Kokpe and Shehu Odeko. They said before the start of the season to this very game, they haven't played with their full squad, with the full strength of Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. And I'm actually looking at this team right now. Who are they missing apart from Tayo Atoloye? No other person. So technically, we're saying that the full team of Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club is currently what we have on the field.
And you have to say that it's been a while Tayo even played. And Tayo Atoloye will find it difficult to get into this team.
I think if he's listening, he's going to be putting you on the spot and he's going to say, if you can say that, he's definitely going to look for one game to come play. And let's not forget, Tayo is playing in one of the European T10 competition. And during one of the tournaments, he was making me understand that the level at which he plays over there is a different ball game and more competitive than the one he plays right here. So if Tayo Toloy is going to be playing here, I'm sure he's going to bring that competitiveness into this game. But let's get back to the game. Lovely shot straight on the ground. That should definitely just go for a single.
This must actually be a good over. They actually scored off every ball in this over. And that's 9 runs they got in this over. 10, I beg your pardon.
My own is yours.
11 overs gone, 52 for 2.
Now it's quite obvious that I expected it to happen. Normally you would have seen Tunde. Normally you would have expected to see Tunde Ayinde take up this role now, but Sylvester Okpe is the one taking up that role. And after so much being away for 3 games, he's finally back for his team. And he has a very good one. It's 93 runs required in 54 balls. Looks very huge. Very, very huge. But anything could happen. Back-to-back boundaries. One particular over can change the face of this game. Just a single will be taken. At this point in time, I'm trying to look for where Isaac Okpe is. Isaac Okpe is down there at backward of square, deep backward of square. And he's just having a fun time as the captain because he knows if the boundaries are not coming, let him just run with their legs. Appeal for LBW not given. That was definitely not impact in line or wickets in line.
What shot was Sulaiman trying to play?
That's a reverse sweep shot, but he missed the timing of the ball. Lovely shot there by Sulaiman Rosewe. He'll be fancying to take a 2.
How?
But 1 run.
How will he do that?
You never can say, Sheo. Tunde Ayinde.
If he goes for 2 off that ball, then something is wrong.
54 for 2. Straight back to the bowler. He was trying to see if he can angle it, but went straight. Back to the bowler. Oh, I don't understand why I beg your pardon, Elijah Olaleye is actually playing like that. The ball was on the offside. He moved his front foot towards the leg side. How in Christ's name was he going to score the runs there? At the comes box here, we almost thought he actually hit the wicketkeeper's helmet.
That was a bit comical, risky, but at the end of the day, you must say it's a good over for Sylvester Okpe. Good start, considering just 2 runs in that over and 12 overs gone, 54 for 2. What is required continues to go up, 11.38, and they need 91 runs in 48 balls. They are on 4.50.
Show 11.38. 2 boundaries per over is what they require at this point, because if you take each ball as it comes, that's 6 runs per over, and you still have another 6 there, which means except you have to go back-to-back boundaries that can actually ease off the pressure. Straight on the ground, but that would go to where Tunde Ayinde is, and they just have a single.
Vincent Adewoye into his first over from the Court of Appeal end. Great start for Sulaiman, who is on 16 runs from half century.
Oh, drop catch by Oniko Yademola, who was very close. Would that race to the boundary? No, Tunde was quick on his feet to help cover that up. That catch would have been a fantastic catch if Oniko Yademola had taken that. It was very, very low.
They are taking advantage of every ball that is bowled by Vincent Adewoye, but the only difference is that there is no boundary that is scored, which is what is required.
Trying to take advantage of Vincent just telling the wicketkeeper, do not throw it, do not worry about it. If just a single, let it go. Don't worry trying to take advantage of a run out.
Three more balls for this over to come to an end. Lovely shot, 4 runs. That was what you had been looking for. Eventually he gets it. Good over for Island Titans. Vincent didn't really do well with the bat. He has the ball that has been entrusted with him by the captain Isaac Okwe, and is expected to do well with the ball. Better bowling after conceding that 4 runs, but into his first over, already 7 runs given. Last ball, and then it's going to be the end of the 13th over. Sulaiman Rushewe on strike, 12 more balls, and will be scoring an half century. Vincent is screaming on top of his voice. How did that go unpunished? $13 overs gone, 62 for 2. What is required? Continue to jack up. We started with 7.25, but now it has gone to 11. They need 83 runs in 42 balls. 11.86 is what is required, and they are on 4.77. Sulaiman Rushewe, 38 runs of 44 balls. Elijah Olaleye hitting the ground running, scored 13 runs of 15 balls, which is a sharp contrast to what we saw from Sheikh Nazim. This game would have a 2-0. This game is either his revenge or confirming his supremacy, just like we saw yesterday. FCC defeated GCI in the first game at Unilag, but paid them back in their own coin yesterday by beating them with 19 runs to record their first victory at the CCC Super 6. Island Titans defeated GCI when they first met. An opportunity for Island Titans to either get their second victory over GCI in one single season. Isaac Okwe there could have helped his brother Sylvester Okwe. Both of them are captains of various teams. Sylvester Okwe is the captain of Nigeria national team. Appeal. Ramon not interested. Back up from Becky Kehinde. $65 for 2. 13.4 overs. Will Odeku allow 2 runs? Odeku said no. .5 overs gone. Becky changes position for Elijah Olaleye, who is still batting and has scored 15 runs of 18 balls. Just one good fielding there from Michael Abigbua to bring us to the end of the 14th over. 67 for 2. If GCI beats Island Titans, they will have been the first team to inflict a loss on this team this cricket season, 2023-2024 cricket season. And they will be winning back-to-back games after yesterday's win over FCC. And if Island Titans defeats GCI, they will have also made it back-to-back wins after beating Rising Stars Cricket Club last weekend. The Stars are now rising. Vincent Adewoye to Elijah Olaleye. GCI will mind as long as the boundaries don't come. They will be contented with Island Titans taking the singles and probably dotting the balls. A swing and a miss. FGC Warri will be very distraught, same as Rising Stars Cricket Club, that the game could not go ahead as planned, and so points had to be shared. Safe. Would they go for 2? Yes, they do. Safe for them. The ball almost dribbled Ifeanyi Ubo. These two continue to bat, and they will be saying, can we take our team home? Vincent Adewoye will hope to break the partnership that exists between Sulaiman and Elijah. This will race for 4. Every over of Vincent, there has been a boundary. Every over of Vincent, there has been a boundary. But what is required is more than 1 boundary in an over. Nothing less than 2 boundaries. Since Elijah Monday got injured, after that fall, he's been unable to return to the field. Quite understandable. That must have been a huge fall. He does the same thing all the time. Yesterday also, 2 was when he caught that ball. Ifeanyi Ubo getting the wicket of Sulaiman Rushewe after scoring that boundary. Quite unfortunate that he will not be scoring an half century, but he gets an handshake for his captain at national team level. 46 of 49 balls. What a painful way to lose your wicket when you are 4 short of scoring an half century. And finally, Vincent Adewoye breaks the partnership. And Vincent is almost trying to replicate what Becky did yesterday. Becky got the wicket of Danladi Isaac and also got the wicket of David Ankra. And you say 2 Ds. Vincent Adewoye has gotten the wicket of Sulaiman Rushewe. Can he get the wicket of Elijah Olaleye? But in comes another batter, a player of the national team and a dangerous player, Sheson Adedeji.
At this point here, it just looks like it's getting a little bit too late for Island Titans. They just need to find a way to build that partnership. Sheson Adedeji plays it straight back to Vincent Adewoye. At this point in time, I don't know what god of batting Island Titans can actually sum up to see how they can win this game, because what is required now is 14.20 and it's 71 runs needed in 30 balls.
Sheson Adedeji, former Ogun Rocks of Abeokuta player, former Ibejuleki Cricket Club 1 player, former Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club player, and now currently playing for Island Titans Cricket Club. All that has happened when the teams in Division 1 met themselves doesn't matter. This is where it matters. You might have gone unscathed all through that period playing those number of matches. This is where it matters the most. The Super 6, a competition that will determine who eventually won the league trophy. And from the top 4 teams, we shall be looking for the semi-finalists of the Super 4, which is a knockout competition. Sylvester doing what Sylvester does best.
Low, quick. The batters couldn't just, all they need to do is just push for a single. If you can't get the boundary, then just push a single. Goes big, goes high. Can that be taken? No, Richard Ubo was just not quick enough on his feet to get to that. That was a lovely shot there by Olaleye Elijah. But at the end of the day, it was just a single.
I remember Ifeanyi Richard Ubo, and what comes to mind is the brilliant fielding from that undertaker of Australia, Glenn Maxwell. He was instrumental to Australia defeating India in the final. The channels he ran by stopping a lot of boundaries was instrumental in them getting that victory. Skies it up, and 6 looks like no. Cool as you like catch. Cool as you like catch. Vincent Adewoye has done 2 over 2, whichever way you want to put it. He got the wicket of Sulaiman Rushewe, and now he got the wicket of Elijah Olaleye,
So,
he completed that
so I'm
cycle.
going to put you on the spot, Sean. There was no way this ball was definitely going to go for a 6. Just look at the position of Vicente Adewoye. There was no way. The ball didn't travel. Even though he hit the middle of the bat, there was no force or power behind that ball. Not taking credit out of it. He did play a good shot.
Initially,
but the ball did go high and he wasn't unable to get it. A wicket is a wicket.
Abayomi, initially, the ball was looking like it was going to go for a 6, but the velocity of the ball dropped, and that allowed Vincent to take a second look at where he was standing, whether he was not standing on the boundary ropes, and then picked it up again.
Thank you very much to the director.
See what,
now he has done it in a slow motion. Sean, just look at it. He knew where he was. Vincent knew where he was.
Can you give me a replay again?
That's the replay. The director just showed you.
Another replay.
That's the replay you want to see. Sean, the director
had
it.
But you.
What we have already on our screen is 76 for 4 in 15.4 overs.
And in comes Taiwo Mohammed, former Ibejileki Cricket Club 1 player and a player of the national team, and one of the few players to have had the opportunity to go to South Africa in an academy where he spent 1 month and some days just to master his bowling. Battle of 2 players who know each other so well, Sylvester and Taiwo. Lovely over from Sylvester, though we still have 1 more, but you have to say an over where you got a wicket is a good over and you didn't concede so many runs. Abayomi, this was what GCI missed in their last 2 games. He has bowled 3 overs and has conceded just 9 runs.
I'm trying to look at the number of dot balls. Thank you to the director. And there you have it. Sylvester Okpe has bowled 3 overs, conceded 9 dot balls, conceded 9 runs, and just win 1 wicket. Now, if you do the arithmetics of all the dot balls Island Titans have done, it's really unprecedented of them. When Richard was bowling, they dotted 17 balls with him. When Becky was bowling, they dotted 12 balls with him. Those 2 bowlers were keeping them on the off-stump line, where they had enough room to square cut. So at this point in time, this is...
And when you want to look at it, maybe you want to sum it up, 17 plus 12, that gives you 29. 29 plus 6, that gives you 35. Plus 2, 37. 37 plus 9, that gives you 46. And 46,
that's 52 balls already dotted, Shil.
52 dot balls
in 120 balls. That's a lot of dot balls they have done in 120 balls. So I think the Island Titans will have to go back and re-strategize to turn dot balls into bad balls.
You need to commend my mathematics, even if it's terrible.
Oh, lovely shot there by Sheson, but can only find another national team player who now happens to be the captain of the side, Isaac Kokbe.
You don't want to take 2 against Isaac, except there is a butterfly fingers, which doesn't happen all the time. I think we can comfortably say from this end that it's almost good night for Island Titans.
I'll wait to the 18th over, because this is just 16.1. I'll wait to the 18th over and see how many runs they need to get at that point. Let's not forget, Sheson Adedeji is also a good big hitter of the ball.
They are doing 4.76 and they require 17.
So
that means they require 3 boundaries
per
or
over.
4.
Yeah, you're definitely right. So
who will give them 4 boundaries in an over?
They still could, but let's see how it goes. Ooh,
who will give them 4 boundaries? It's not Abayomi and Yonisi that is bowling. Did I just say that? Neither is it Shewanji Dagba.
I'll keep quiet and zip my mouth over that.
That's what I'm saying. When they need 17, and that means they need 4 boundaries.
Yeah, definitely, you're right, Sean. They need 4 boundaries per over. Technically, they need to go 6-4-6. 14 runs per over. That's what they would. 14 boundaries. That's what they might actually need. But at this point in time, Can they really get it? GCI is really holding their nerves on this game. Lovely shots, but can still just find Jimo, who is at deep mid-wicket for just a single. The boundaries are not coming that much. The singles are just what is piling up. Appeal, is that a nick? Not out is the call by the umpire. That looked like he gloved it, but the umpire says no, it's just 2 balls left to be bowled. Oh my word, what a classic catch. To me, that should be the catch of the season. Right on the ropes. The captain of the national team, Sylvester Okpe, keeping his calm, keeping his cool. And that is a very good catch there by the captain.
That was brilliant. That was exquisite. That was ingenious. And I have words for Taiwo Mohammed. Taiwo is dazed. It looks like he just landed a punch by Tyson Fury or Mike Tyson. You could see on his look, he's still looking like what just happened. Did he truly catch my ball? He cannot rack his brain around what just happened to him. But the reality, Taiwo Mohammed, you need to go back and meet your teammates. Today is gone.
That's a lovely catch there by Sylvester Okwe. This is what you know him for. This is what he has done. And what I would say is this. Big ups to the captain of the side, doing extremely well by taking that catch. Lovely catch there by Sylvester Okwe.
And up till now, Taiwo is still wondering what happened. What happened? But what just happened is that wicket dropped. And ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, permit me to use a Nigerian musician, Oyasokwe Otilo. It's gone. In comes Rafiq Mohammed. Rafiq used to be a top order batter. He's dropped down, but take nothing away from Rafiq. Rafiq is dangerous, he's deadly. Better bowling there from Vincent Adewoye. And that has brought us to the end of the 17th over, and you see him getting plaudits from his teammates. Becky Kehinde, 2 for 17 in 3 overs. He might not have done well with the bat, but has done something with the ball. 79 for 5. Again on replay, you see that lovely catch and the catch of the Super 6 up until this moment. Skies it up. He didn't bother to run. He was thinking it was a 6. And see what he did. Lovely from Sylvester Okpe. That's what he brings to you. And that's what they have missed.
That was a perfect catch, I must say. Any day, anytime. It just shows his class, why he's been made the national team captain. And also what GCI has missed in the last 3 games, that they struggled a little bit, except for their good comeback against Foundation Cricket Club. And at this point in time, Shew, I must say it's safe to say that GCI has won this game.
They need 66 in 18 balls. Isaac Okpe into his second over. Both are familiar foes. At the African Games, Isaac was praying for Chesson to score runs, and Chesson was praying for Isaac to take wickets. But today, the thinking and the wish is different. Isaac will not want Chesson to last in the batting crease. They want to go for 2, but Jimo says no. You have to say brilliant piece of fielding from GCI. All-round performance. Onikoyi is telling him something. Rafik is yet to score runs, but Rafik has just faced just one ball. He delayed the ball and just one run. They won't mind what Team Island Titans Cricket Club require is for them to score at least 5 boundaries in every over. But if they are taking the singles, GCI won't bother.
It's 1 for 5 in 17.4 overs. It's safe to say at this point in time, Sean, even as much as I don't really like to talk about it, or when you say it, I don't really like to talk about it as well. But GCI has this game in their kitty and they have won in a way. Up in the air, can this be taken? Can Becky try his luck? No. Oh, he just pulled an hamstring. And that has raced all the way to the boundary for 4. In the process of chasing that ball, he pulled an hamstring. Just
see the replay. Wow. While Becky Kende is being attended to, let's see on replay that catch that got the wicket of Taiwo Mohammed. That's Taiwo Mohammed. You could see him from his movement. He never moved because he was so sure that ball was 6. But that's safe hands. That's safe hands. That's safe hands. A Sylvester's hand is safe. SS. And there's a bat called SS. Becky is all right. I don't know what kind of mood Daniel Agiekum will be. He's the coach of Island Titans Cricket Club, and then he plays for Ibeju Lekki Cricket Club. If Island Titans had won, they will go ahead of Ibeju. So this one is, what kind of wish will you have for Island Titans? Should they win and go ahead of my club?
A very, very funny question, Shion, but you could actually know where his loyalty lies. It's just a matter of time before we know that. But we're back to the game as it's 85 for 5 in 17.5 overs. Last ball of the night, of the 18th over, I beg your pardon, to be bowled, and the man who is facing is Sheson Adedeji. Goes on the ground, but that might just be a single. They're trying to go for two, but no. Oh, mix up, miscommunication. They were trying to go for two, but there was a mix up there, and they would just survive with that to end the 18th over, as it's now 87 for 5 after 18 overs.
$58 runs in 12 balls. Even if we have a Carlos Braithwaite versus a Ben Stokes situation, I don't think this will survive today.
Neither do I think it is. And who's going to be settled with the responsibility to bowl the 18th over, if not the man who has been the master tormentor from the very first ball of the game, Jimo Abdurrahman?
About me, my friend, I have to say that where I think Island Titans missed it was the opening partnership of Sulaiman Rushewe and Nazim Sheikh. Just imagine it was a Sulaiman and Olaleye opening batting. It could have been a different thing entirely.
Too many dot balls in the power play, and that has been an effect on them. Rafiq hitting that straight towards mid-on, where Becky, who first had that little scare, picked it up. I don't see any miracle happening at this point in time, Shehu. No miracle can possibly happen.
Not even a miracle called Miracle Ahibe can perform a miracle. I love miracles, but I don't think this will happen. Jimo Abdurrahman, penultimate over.
Second ball, a dot ball. How possible can Allied Titans go back to the drawing board to rethink about this? A lot of dot balls is a major factor for them to have lost this game. Pulls that straight towards Onikoyi, who was at deep mid-wicket, and he just prevents them from taking the second run. And just one run was taken. Up in the air, but would land safe, where Richard Udo picks it up for just one run. And I must say, at this point in time, it's safe to say that GCI has won this game comfortably in a very good fashion. Let me be the first to say this before you say congratulations GCI for making it 2 out of 2. So I beat you to that, show. Up in the air, can Michael Agbeba take that? No. That has raced to the boundary for 4. That's a lovely shot there by Sheson Adedeji, going behind to play that ball. You can see from the replay, he just timed it, gave the full face of the bat behind. And that is a boundary for 4. Last ball of the 19th over. He missed it. And that last ball has brought us to the end of the 19th over, Shehu. It's 94 for 5 after 19 overs.
The current run rate is nothing to write home about. 4.82. The required run rate is 41. They need 55 runs in 6 balls. 41.25 is required. And Abayomi sets up everything nicely for next weekend. First game, GCI versus FGC in the morning. And the following day, we have Island Titans Cricket Club versus FCC. That's a morning fixture. Oh, Michael gets it now. And Rafik is out.
You can see the jubilation and the celebration being done by Onikoya Ademola. He thought Michael was going to drop that. And from the replay, you could see there was no power behind that shot. Just went straight into his hands. And Island Titans have lost another wicket.
GCI will say to themselves, when it mattered most, we turned up. The loss we suffered during the regular season didn't matter. This is what matters.
Abolari Rashid, a big hitter of the ball. It's now going into the crease, but it looks too little too late. As they are still 94 for 6 in 19.1 overs. Sharon, you were about to run us through what the games to expect next week?
I just made mention of it. Just 2 games next week in Division 1 for the Club Cricket Committee. Division 1 Super 6 fixture. Just 2 games, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club will be slugging it out with Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association. And on Sunday of next week, Island Titans Cricket Club versus Foundation Cricket Club. More like battle of 2 teams that lost their previous game.
That should go to the boundary for 4. Lovely start there by Abolari Rashid, but to me, it's still a little too late. He went big for that. Four balls left in this over, and 4 balls left to end the game. Oh, very well bowled by Isaac Okpe. Keeping it dot ball.
Three more balls to go. And irrespective of what happens in the last 3 balls, GCI has bounced back from the first game loss against Ibeju to win 2 straight games and 2 difficult games. FCC and Island Titans Cricket Club, becoming the first club to inflict a loss on Island Titans. And you have to say about me that they've scored the most runs at this tournament. After that first day debacle. Oh, easy catch for Tunde Ayinde. After that first day debacle, where they scored 1-1-1 against Ibeju, their subsequent games, they've gone ahead to score runs. In comes Karim Ayoku. And the last ball. No ball. No ball. Call from umpire Ramon Adelakun, a level 1 umpire. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Ibejuleki Cricket Club won. Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. How did that just happen? Yes, it's still a congratulations for Ibeju. Why? Because I knew what I was saying. Abayomi, when I said congratulations to Ibeju, Ibeju remains top on the log.
We have to wait for the table to be displayed by the director. I think this is going to be a little bit controversial, Shell. GCI has won the game by 45 runs, and let's see if the director can give us the point table.
Oh,
GCI is definitely going to come for your head, Shell.
Yeah,
GCI
are back on top. GCI now quickly the table. Now this is what happened during the regular season. We had clubs like Island Tatars Cricket Club, Ibejuleki Cricket Club 1, Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club, Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association, Foundation Cricket Club, Rising Stars Cricket Club, Government College Ugeli, United Cricket Club, and Mondal Boys Cricket Club. And out of these teams, we had 6 in that order qualifying for the Super 6. And as we speak, after playing 3 matches, GCI are back on top. Played 3, won 2, lost 1. They have 4 points and they have a net run rate of 0.617. Ibejuleki Cricket Club 1 have played 3 matches, won 2, lost 1, have 4 points and have 0.388 net run rate. Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association played 3 matches, won 1, lost 1, have 1 shared point and have 3 points and 0.028. Island Titans Cricket Club played 2 matches, won 1, lost 1, have 2 points and minus 0.128. Foundation Cricket Club played 3 matches, won 1, lost 2, have 2 points and have minus 0.216. And Rising Stars Cricket Club played 2 matches, lost 1, shared 1 point and they have 1 point and minus 2.226.
That's the size of it, Shell. And let's quickly see the match summary. And there you have it. For I'm just going to go with the second innings, where you have Allied Titans put up 99 for 7. Russell Wade top scoring with 46 of 50 balls. Olaleye Elijah's 18 of 23 balls, and Sheson Adedeji 15 of 13 balls. And in terms of bowling, Isaac Okpe leading the pack with 2 of 19 in 3 overs. Vincent Adewoye 2-17 in 3 overs, and Sylvester Okpe back after 3 games, 1 for 9 in 3 overs.
In just a few minutes, we'll be talking to just a few people because there's something big happening at the Tafawa Balewa Crossover. It's really pomp and pageantry here at TBS. It's really a festivity. But shout out to our 2 umpires, umpire Ramon Adelakun and umpire Wale Adekoya. We'll be talking to just 2 people and then we'll be calling it a wrap as far as production is concerned today. What a sweet victory for Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. It becomes the more sweeter because they leapfrog their opponents and their big rivals, Ibeju Cricket Club, to top the table after 3 rounds of matches. And one of the star performers for today, rolling back those years where he used to be marauding in the batting crease, Ademola Onikoyi. Good evening, Ademola Onikoyi.
Good evening, Sheo.
How excited are you that after that first loss against Ibeju, your team has bounced back in 2 games and then you are now topping?
Yeah, I'm very excited because I know the ability of this team, and we just need to play more and make sure we play to the best of our knowledge and best of our abilities. And I think that's what we're doing right now. We're keeping it simple right now, and things are going well for us. We just need to keep doing what we're doing right.
Onikoyi, your first game you played 1-1-1 the entire team, but since then you have raised the bar. Yesterday it was 163, today again 144. The batting has continued to get better.
Yeah, we've got batters that can put in big scores, and we are not just getting on. So now we are trying to get things right, trying to make it simple, make sure we are getting the balls onto paths. We are sure we are getting in line with the ball and finding the gaps. So if we have 5 of us scoring 40s, 30s, and I'm sure we'll be putting up a lot more score than 165.
Finally, Onikoyi, what a perfect day to score that runs when something surprising is happening. You have to do it for the family, you have to do it for your fans, you have to do it for people who would do anything to watch Onikoyi play both locally and internationally. How excited are you being the top batter for your team today?
Yeah, very excited as always. Even if I don't score runs, I'm always excited because I know there are things we could do better. And about the surprise party, I think maybe every day should be a surprise party for me. Yeah, maybe it would keep me check and make me to get more runs and enjoy the moment.
I said that was the last question, but it's in your hands now, GCI. You are topping the table. The brief is simple. You win your next 2 games and you are champions of the Super 6.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we just need to keep it simple. We not disrespecting the other teams. We just need to play our cricket simple and very straight. We make sure we direct, make sure we are dictating the pace of the play at every point in time while bowling and while batting. So no pressure in our camp. We don't want to rush things. We just keep it simple without pressure. Then we enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much, Ademola Onikoyi.
Thank you, Sheo.
Once again, congratulations to Onikoyi. And of course, up next is the captain of the side. I call him Ebi De Villas of our time, Isaac Okpe. Yes, Isaac Okpe. Good evening and congratulations on today's victory.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited. Like I said yesterday, if we take 1 game at a time, it's going to be more easy for us. Do the simple basics, put the runs on board, and the rest is history.
I saw your countenance after the loss against Ibeju Cricket Club, but fast track to 3 matches now. GCI are topping the Super 6. What did this game today mean to you? Because just like it meant a lot to you yesterday, where you don't want a team to go 2-0 up against you, was what you did against Island Titans. You became the first team to inflict a loss on Island Titans.
Yeah, like we said, we need to bring out our abilities. This game was so important to us because they are the second strong side in the series. Beating them put us in a higher position. Now we just need to beat FGC Warri, then it boosts us up further for the win.
Finally, in every game, your batters have decided to come through. Your first game you scored 1-1-1. Your next game you scored 160. Today you scored 144.
Yeah. Like I said, we have a good side, the long batting lineup. The moment one of the batters put up their hand, we get a good partnership. It gives us a good total. And when we get the good total with our bowling attack, it's easy for us to crush any side.
Congratulations once again, Isaac.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the size of the package, and that's how the cookie crumbles as far as match 8 week 2 of the CCC Super 6 here at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval, where GCI defeated their opponents Island Titans Cricket Club to go top of the leaderboard. We'll be back, God willing, next week. Shout out to my colleague Abayomi Ayonusi. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba. We'll come again next time to you and you watching us from anywhere in the world. We say adios, amigos, gracias, obrigado, siabonga, danke, merci. God bless you and have a productive week ahead. Bye for now. Don't call my name, please.
Me now. I'm going to my own back.
Please let me talk to you.
When I do, I'm not like,
Let me talk to Mommy Dari.
no, my phone don't charge.
He charged now.
Mommy Dari. Please.
Wait, see.